The next situation is a restless child. So a child that is always restless, won't sit down, runs around the room all the time, and is hard to contain. So, and these children, they have a block here in the head. So a natural energy flow, when we have the natural way the energy should flow, is out of the head, down the sides of the body, and then back into the feet, and then through the inner core of the body, and then back up. And that's like a kind of donut. That is the natural way energy should flow in the body. Now, with autism, I told you the energy is stuck on the upper third of the body. And this, the cranial point, is usually locked and closed off. And as long as this is locked and closed off, this is blocked, the energy cannot come out. And this makes that there is a buildup of energy in the body. And then children are prone to, let's say, head banging. So the head banging is because energy has built up too much in the head, and they're trying to get rid of it. They want the energy to go out. And that is why they do the head banging. So head banging, never try to suppress head banging. Go in there and help the child. For instance, if the child is like tapping their head like this and going on, you just join the child. So the child is really tapping their head. And then I just tell them, oh, here, come, I will help you. And I will start tapping here exactly on the spot where the child is. And you will see they will calm down. So you just tap on their head, always when we tap with a, a cupped hand, always. And with a loose wrist. And then we can bring this energy down anyway, anyhow we want to the feet. So for head banging, we can just join. If the child is head banging here, or if the child is just head banging against the wall, we just come in and we say, oh, come, I will help you. And you use tapping. What it will do, it will open up the energy block, and energy will be able to flow out. And this will result in a more relaxed, and it will result in this release, like, okay, now I can breathe again, because all the pressure in my head is going somewhere. It's not staying stuck and building up in my head. So because of this block here in the head, that is also the reason why children are tiptoeing, because the energy is pulling them up. The energy is pulling them up, and they are not grounding. And so all this energy in the head is just pulling the child up, and this is why they are tiptoeing. So if we open this cranial point, we see that children start putting down their heels, and then after a while can walk again on flat feet. Now, this cranial point, how do we find it? I will show you. When we look at the line between the ears, that is this line. Yes? So this is the line that connects the ears. And then we have the midline. So in the crossing of the midline and the line that connects the ears here, this is the cranial point. And this is the point that we will be tapping with the palm of our hand. So not with our fingers, but with the palm of our hand. Because the palm of our hand, this is the largest, let's say, energy point in the body, and that's the energy point linked to our heart. So this is all our love we're bringing in. So for children who walk around all the time, I've had a mother tell me that her son, her son was 7 years old at the time, I think, and she also had a little baby in a pram. And every day they came back from, she went to school, she got the boy from school, and they walked home, and they lived in an apartment. So in the apartment building, they had to wait for the elevator to come down to be able to go up to the apartment. And he would be every time pushing on the button of the elevator and tapping and yelling and pushing and yelling all the time for um, the elevator to come down. And in the elevator, he would also push on all the buttons all the time and yelling. And she could not control him because she had this other child in a pram also with her. And she was always, and she could not leave him there and put one child up and then come back for him or put him up and the other child. She was really in this, situation that she was on her own and she could not control her son. And so I advised her to use this method. And one day I told her many times, but she always forgot because she was also very stressed, like, oh, we have to take the elevator again. And I'm on my own. And one day she remembered and she's starting tapping and pressing, tapping and pressing just on his head. And he was just tapping and it just stopped. It stopped. And after a while, she was like, oh my God, I could just take him by the hand into the elevator up and no problem anymore. And after that, she did it a few times and she did not have to repeat it. I think she did it 2, 3 days and the whole problem was gone and it never came back again. So here you can see how much impact working with energy can be and understanding where is the energy going and where does it get blocked and what do I need to do to unblock it. I was really surprised that it only took a few days for him to come back into his body and to be relaxed with the situation. Sometimes it takes a little longer, sometimes it just you have instant reaction. So tapping on the head, if you want to treat the tiptoe walking, you will have to do this every day for at least 2, 3 minutes per day for a few months. But you will see the feet will come down and the child in the end will walk on, will have a normal gait. If you like to work on tiptoe walking, there is also the whole protocol in that I wrote, that I've written. If you like, I will share the link to that.